Hello, hello, welcome to Sword of Vermilion. Let me just adjust this microphone, put this there, and I am back. There we go. I knew I was missing that map. I was missing that map from earlier in the game. I kind of had to like guesstimate, and someone had to have it, right? Though also another reason I came over here is to get more herbs. Oh man. Let me get a lantern first. You know the blue you see right now? I always call that cobalt blue. That it's the same color menu like in Phantasy Star, a lot of other RPGs, Sword of Vermilion, and like Shining in Darkness, like that blue, that menu blue. I've always called it Sega blue. This is all our herb. I think I might need a poison ball. I wish I could buy multiple in one go. Man, I remember being so excited whenever I would see the Sega logo on anything. Like anywhere, even to this day I see the Sega logo and it chalks up like fond memories of like going to the arcade with my brother and seeing Afterburner and Hang On. I vaguely remember this memory, and it's funny when I first saw the Sega Master System, no joke, I was very young. I might have been 4. That's how far back this memory is. And it was me, my father, my uncle, and my brother, and we went to a Sears. And I guess that's like a birthday present for him or something. I don't know the reasons how he got it, but my brother got a Sega Master System, and I saw that logo for like the very first time, and it was just plastered like in the center of the box. And I remember he couldn't wait, I guess, so he just opened the box in a car on the drive home, and the first thing I noticed was the light phaser gun. And I thought, wow, that's cool, you know. Yes. Oh, is that all I could take? Okay, hopefully it's good enough. and that's a very vague memory. I remember it was a Sears, because I remember the build. It was like we would continually go to that building throughout my childhood, and I wonder if they'll let me in now. And you know, over the course of time, I would be at Sears, and it shut down like a couple of years back, and now it's some other store. But I remember it was a Sears. As soon as I step out, wow. Oh man, and that logo. Oh, you know what? No, let me rest up in the inn first. But but man, and there's another memory. This one's many years later. Well, a couple of years later, I guess. Where, when my... Oh man, I want to share it. This is that my brother really influenced my gaming habits and memories and stuff. I guess I'll talk about it. I remember when he first got a Sega Master System. It was, I don't know the exact day, but I know how the day was like. I'm probably was 6 years old at this point, and it was getting, and it was a pretty cloudy day. I remember it was a pretty cloudy day, and I was playing handball up against the wall of my house, right? You know, that's what I was doing, and he was. And at some point, you know, it was getting dark. It was time for dinner, well, yeah, it was getting dark and stuff. And I just ignore that guy. Okay, so it was getting dark. You know, I might have been in August. Now that I think about it. You know, let me keep going. It was getting kind of dark. And it was also getting kind of late. I remember it was getting kind of late. And so my mom said to go inside, and I go inside, and I remember the house being just kind of dark, like no one was turning on the lights. So I turned on the TV. Why did I turn on the TV? I do not know. I just did. And I started playing great volleyball on the Master System, which I didn't know how to play at all. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know how to play that game, but I was playing it. And my brother just like catches me and he says, "Hey, turn it off. I'm gonna go get the Genesis." Now, leading up to this moment, I remember him like talking about it, and I believe he was part of the Sega like mailing club or fan club or something. And he somehow got these two this promotional cassette. Damn. couldn't kill that thing fast enough. You got these promotional cassettes. In regards to the Genesis, this was this was, I don't know, a couple of weeks or a month before we actually got it, and I could tell he was really excited for the Genesis. I was too young to even like recognize anything, but what had happened was that I guess the time finally came for him to get his Genesis. I don't know. I think he might have pre-ordered it from this place or something. But okay, here we go. He went ahead and you know, I guess like I should have expected him because he brought those cassettes, but out of the blue, while I was playing great volleyball, he said, you what's going on? Okay, sorry about that, guys. It was just messing up on me. Anyway, while I was playing great volleyball, he just told me that he's gonna go get the Genesis to follow him and my dad, and that's what I pretty much did. Like, I followed him to, like, I don't even know where it was. But it was kind of like a mall. I think it was a mall, and it was me, my dad, him, and I think another friend of his. There's like 4 of us. And we went to this place. We went to this place that dealt with video games, and I remember being kind of scared because it was kind of late, it was kind of dark, and there was a lot of activity going around. And my brother went to get a Sega Genesis. Like, I distinctly him. He talked to the guy, the clerk or whatever, and they had his Genesis ready. Let's see. I'm gonna kill myself. And while we were waiting, I was looking at the behind the glass case, and I saw all these different kind of games. There was Nintendo games, but there was also Master System games, which I gotta tell you, not a lot of places had. You know, the only place I remember having any Master System games was Toys R Us. Like, you couldn't find Master System games like at a Walmart or this place or that place. Like I could find like Nintendo games, I would never find any Master System games. I distinctly remember like Master System games were only found at Toys R Us. So 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 what happened? But I saw Master System games and they're like but oh. Some hermit just talks to me. Okay. And at some point, the guy that goes behind the counter, hey Zach, just reminiscing about the Genesis. Reminiscing. Man, I feel old thinking about this, but man, that you know, when my brother finally got the Genesis. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Should I equip this thing? I'll equip it. Anyway, the guy comes back from the back and hands my brother over this big black box with the Genesis logo on there, and that's the last thing I remember seeing. I remember from that place. The next thing I remembered was us coming home, and it was really late at night. I was too tired, but I saw my brother open up the box, and I can't use magic? Oh, this thing's cursed. Anyway, my brother opened up that box, and there was the Genesis right there. Like, and then I fell asleep. Like, the following day I remember a little more because he started playing Altered Beast and stuff. And thinking back to it, it's really fun. Oh, I can't use magic. I don't think this sword. Yeah, I figured. Alright, I figured something like that would happen, because why else would we call it Dark Sword? Sega really did have an uphill battle during this time. God, my friend I always kind of mentioned from back in the day, he even called this a Nintendo. And I remember always having to correct him. No, this is not a Nintendo, this is a Sega. And he's like, a Sega? What's a Sega? Well, it's a Sega Genesis, it's better than Nintendo. I think saying that to him kind of like offended him. This thing might be stronger than the sharp sword, but these battles are let me see. Into so many battles, I'm about to level up. Yu Suzuki's team was really ambitious. Trying to make a game, a first-person overworld, basically. I see some stuff from the Mega Drive demo scene. Really. And they could do like near very impressive, almost PlayStation 1-esque kind of effects. Like, no joke, like rotating and rotation and rotating, I don't even know. I don't know what's called. Like rotating layers and a little scaling here and there. I think given enough time, Yu Suzuki's team might have been able to pull something like that off. But this game was very early in the Genesis life. What was it, like 1990? This was before Sonic. Let me get this cursed item off me. I should really look at my stats. Let's see. Look at that. I really don't know what I'm thinking. Oh, just to let you guys know, in the near future, I might actually be able to stream some Xbox Series X footage. Really, that's something. Doing something in 4K was something I've been looking forward to. However, because of like my equipment, it's not something I could do in a high quality. Like whenever I connect my Xbox Series X to my capture equipment, it all downgrades to 1080. But this new stuff, it could capture in 4K and downscale it to 1080. So it's not much better, but at least it's a little more presentable. So that's what I kind of want to do. I really gotta see. I don't know as much of a difference. I'm gonna go to the end. Save it just in case, because you know things can happen. When I first started working, me and my friends would talk about like gaming in the 16-bit and all this stuff, and well, I remember and we would talk about the Genesis, but whenever they talked about the Genesis, it was everything post Sonic. Like they remember the Genesis more fondly. Because you know, of things like Eternal Champions, Streets of Rage, all this stuff, and great. And all the stuff they would talk about was like post Sonic, right? Everything post Sonic, everything they wouldn't remember Shining in the Darkness. They don't know anything about Phantasy Star and so on and so forth. Like everything they would talk about was everything that came after 1991. And I was telling them, like, you know, a lot of them believe that Sonic the Hedgehog was the Genesis launch title, which I couldn't understand the reasoning. Tom Kalinske really did rebrand the Genesis with Sonic and whatnot. Okay. And I remember telling them, no, like in 1989, there were all these different kind of, there was more games, and, you know, Nintendo had a stranglehold of a lot of, like, third parties, and, like, like I basically explained it to him, like if the Genesis wasn't successful, if Sonic didn't come out and put the Sega Genesis on the map, do you think Capcom wouldn't have bothered making a Street Fighter on the Genesis? What about Midway, Acclaim? Do you think they would have bothered with a Mortal Kombat on the Genesis? Konami with their Castlevania and Contra? Do you think they would have bothered? No, they would have just kept on doing Super Famicom, Super Nintendo, and then, that would have been another, notch of failure on the Genesis. Trust me, I'm pretty sure they would have tried hard. Oh, let's see. Item, fuse. Alright, hopefully it's not that bad. And I remember telling him, like, look, there's all these games that keep, oh, something new. Oh, wow. You guys see that? Oh, that took up a lot. These guys took up a lot of hits. I need 10,000 more points. Man. Like, yeah, if the Genesis one isn't as successful as it was, we wouldn't have been getting those titles. Seems like they only do one hit, but oh, I'm pretty sure I'm poisoned. Let me just get to now I got these stone ones or these gold ones. Trust me, I even remember those days. Finding Genesis games early on was difficult. Is everything okay? You guys have to excuse me for some reason. I think my internet's down. Hold on, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My internet's had been acting up. I'm back. But you know, as I was saying, I don't think if the Genesis didn't get as popular as it did, I don't think we would have gotten those titles. Like, I'm pretty sure it would have been great in its own right, but I doubt it would have gotten like the third-party support that it eventually did. Eyeball attack. What the hell is that? Damn, that's... came from... Oh, jeez. Uh-oh. You know, my main criticism is that the actual fighting... Oh, man. The actual fighting portion is a little janky. Chest. There's money inside. Yes, I'll take the money. I wish there was a map though. Talk about my coworkers though. Like, oh, they died with one hit, but man, they do take a lot of. Damn. Yeah, but like I was telling my coworkers, there was a good solid 2 years before Sonic came out that the Genesis like had games. Like I remember telling them, like, look, the Sega Genesis, you know, it was holding its own for the most part. And I remember, I pointed out some titles that, like, you know, you may want to check out this, that, and the other. And I remember telling him that, like, the Genesis had a couple of RPGs in it with it. Okay. The Genesis had a couple of RPGs, and you know, and I pointed out like Shining in Darkness. I pointed out this game. I also talked about Phantasy Star. Like there's like the Genesis had a lot of RPGs, but no one ever like, you know, no one knew about them. Ooh, Solid Slime or Metal Slime. Yeah, you know what? No. I wanna find the map to this place before anything. Yeah, one of my friends, he really liked the RPGs. His favorite one was Kingdom Hearts. Ugh. Yeah, his favorite one was Kingdom Hearts, and he would like tell me. And you know, and I don't think he had internet at the time, so he asked me if I could find him like soundtracks. And he asked for the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack one time. And you know, I was like, okay, well, I found it, but like I told him, look, I was a bit iffy. Just I wasn't 100% sure if it would have if he might have like ripped me off. Like I would get him the soundtrack, but he'd never pay. So I told him a place that had it. It was actually, there was an actual store that sold anime related merchandise. Oh, there's two of them. It's definitely gonna complicate things. And he managed to find it there, but. Yeah, it was already over here, wasn't it? Yeah. Here. I wonder if these some of these monsters were like rejects from some other arcade games. Really? I don't know where the map for this level is. Oh, snap. The map's usually found pretty near the entrance in most cases. I'm having trouble here. Yes. That's what I like to see. Ah, so there is two yet. So you gotta be vigilant in these things. know, whenever whenever I would see a magazine and it included like a map, like an overworld map of a RPG or a dungeon map, or whatever game, it always like excited me. Like it always intrigued me looking at that, because then it's like, oh, great. It always intrigued me because then I could just imagine. I look at the layout of the level or of the area, and I'm thinking like, oh, I can only imagine playing this. Well, I remember there was a lot of them. I think EGM had a few with some of the Mega Man levels. I don't know, Mega Man 4 or something. I remember asking my brother if he ever played Mega Man or anything like that. He said no. Yes. Oops. But it was always intriguing. Like, I forgot what. I think I also saw like a Zelda map in a friend's like Nintendo Power. Forgot what issue. But I saw the whole thing, and I'm imagining like, imagine a game where you have to travel all of that to beat it. Just the scale of the overworld was more than enough to get me amped up for something like that. I remember looking at my brother's old like Fantasy Star like dungeon maps, dungeon layouts. And just thinking, oh, you had to travel all of this to beat the game, and it was, you really have to use your, you know, you could get away with a lot of your imagination back then. I want to go ahead and heal myself because I know I'm going to mess up somehow. I'm always like overconfident sometimes, and then like, let me do it again. I don't want to play the Wind Waker. What was the name of it? The last Breath of the Wild. Every time I would see the parts of the map that I haven't been in, I would just like, I would get very antsy. Like I really want to be there. I really want to go. I want to find out what's there. How am I gonna find that? Okay. We should be doing more. Thousand points. I wonder if I spent too much time leveling up. I'll be honest. Although these boss fights take a little skill, they're a little too easy. Ho, look at that. I leveled up. I don't find any goodies in here. They're only doing 1 damage now. I don't think I'm gonna find anything here. Just one last spot. Oh, there we go. Alright. Wasn't too bad. It's crazy. Yeah, there was a lot of experimentation in this game. Like the overworld traveling, the boss fights, and the regular battle sequences, and the town settings. That's a lot of experimentation. You know, if I do say so myself. During this time, you could experiment like that. indies are experimenting, but I don't think a lot of it's, how do you say, a lot of it's not being noticed. Like really, a lot of indie games aren't being noticed because of, I don't know, maybe it's not as publicized or whatever. Or, oh, damn it. Just escape. Escape, escape. Don't bother with these guys. Just escape. Let me see if there's anything up here though. I'll drop the candle. I forget it. Can't risk getting stung now. Don't get stung, don't get stung. Damn it. There we go. Ah. Man, that was fun. Really? I thought I stayed like maybe 2 times. I'm pretty sure there's something a little bit more elaborate than that. I am pretty sure. Yeah, all kings seem to have the rings, but I wonder what was actually said in the Japanese when it came out over there. I'm gonna go ahead and save it. That wasn't a bad mission. We found the map. We got to the dungeon. What the medicine does. I didn't even have to use all my herbs. Maybe they could give me a map. Awesome. Southwest. Go southwest. 16 rings. Well, now that I have the map again, I'm going to save again. Because I know I'm going to forget and it's going to end up getting lost. What's strange is that Phantasy Star 4 had maps, but they were never properly programmed or utilized. But they're still in the game, and that's something that was pretty crazy. That they never finished the map, but they were just still in the game, and it more or less showed you an approximation of where you're at. I think they wanted to do more. I think they wanted to do more, but I guess they couldn't, and figured that it was good enough. Good. Let's go require multiple hits. one step. Get the other one. Oh my, can you let me go to the next section for crying out loud? Wow, that is unfair. Oh, Gorgon. Oh, snap. Oh man. Those Gorgons took up a lot of. Okay, a little more like it. Oh no! Just run! Probably need a stronger weapon. Another Gorgon. Whoa. Scorpion. Oh no. More scorpions. Don't poison, might as well take advantage of the condition and whack these guys. There you go. Okay, whew. Oh, you know what? Before I get any new equipment, I should get rid of the poison. the same layout as the Kingdom. Don't already have a silver sword? I'll have a sharp sword. Okay. I'll sell you my dark sword. I'll sell leather armor. Really? It's a dark sword. It's strong as hell. How did he knew? He knew. He put it. He probably put it out there and out in the maze. Okay. Here, let me okay, put on the silver sword. Bah. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? Let's see. Oh man, I'll just sell this thing. It's useless. If I can't use my magic out in the field, there's no point to it. Yes, I'm gonna buy the most fanciest armor. Get it. There's a creep. Come on. Okay. looks like everything's set. Item. Have that stuff. No. Nope. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna look at some magic I might be able to use. Electrical, okay. Nope. I guess all that grinding really helped out in this endeavor. Alright, I'm gonna save. But just in case I sold things I wasn't supposed to, I'm gonna save in a different file. Let me rest in it and then I'll save. Because you may never know. I won't be surprised if I start charging an arm and a leg here. Okay, so this is where I'm gonna end the stream, guys. I have to get ready to pick up the wife. It's gonna find a little time today to progress through this game. I can see the appeal. I can see the fun, and I say it's very, although it has issues, I still say it's underrated. It's a good, it's a decent experience. It's like, but it is an early RPG, which is kind of difficult, kind of grindy, and AM2 was experimenting a lot during with this. You know, these were typical arcade guys, and when they were told to make a console experience, they pretty much just threw everything. They threw everything, and I say most of it stuck. Some of it didn't, but I would say most of it stuck. I wish it would have progressed with this type of gameplay, though. They kind of did with Shenmue, but like. I wanted to see what other 16-bit, what they could have done with 16 and 32-bit. That's what I wanted to know. Anyway, guys, peace out. Have a good one. I'll catch you all in the next one. And take care.